So I am Tifálase. I am from California, okay, from California, USA, the Olu of the Ifá Temple of California. He is the Baba Ifánigba from Colombia, South America, the Olu of the Concilio toda. Well, the process of, bueno, la pregunta lo que está diciendo, ¿cuál es el proceso de Ifá en la diáspora y cómo la gente está practicando Ifá en la diáspora? Dime tú primero, yo voy a interpretar.
Bueno, dile que por muchos años los procesos en la diáspora han sido de muchas mezclas, donde se ha mezclado el espiritismo, el palo mayombe que viene del Congo, la regla de Ocha que fue una derivación de Ifá Orisha de Nigeria, y después llegamos a Ifá afrocubano, que también fue una derivación de Ifá y que ya tiene como 15 años que se ha estado recuperando.
So for many years, what's considered Ifá was a mixture in the diaspora. The influence, there was an influence of spiritualism that came from Europe. There was an influence of mayombe, palo mayombe, came from the Congo region of Africa. And then there was an influence of what was considered regla de Ocha, what they called that in Cuba, which was the Orisha. Apart from that, they had a devotion to Ifá, but it was all a big mixture, and it derived as a mixture. And it's been only in the last, we would say probably como los últimos 15 años, ¿verdad? I would say the last 15, 20 years that we are now starting to truly understand what's considered Iseyin, what's traditional Ifá Orisha worship. As more and more of us travel to Nigeria, to the birthplace of Iseyin, we are learning and taking back traditions from here to try to practice them over there. One of the major practices that we are implementing is the Ose, our weekly devotion to Ifá, to Obatala, to Shango, to Ogun, and lo que le digo, principalmente la devoción ahora es la de la semana, que es el Ose Ifá, Ose Obatala, Ose Shango, Yakuta, Ose Ogun. Those are how we start to practice. But little by little, as the internet opened, it expanded. Gave us more opportunities, and more of us have been traveling all the way to Nigeria, traveling here to Yorùbá land, and having the doors open, like the Bogumbe family from Ogunda Meji Temple, Baba Monije from his home, his temple. They're opening the doors to us for us to learn and bring it back and try to preserve the Ifá in the diaspora. Converting. Yes. Dice si nosotros, ¿cómo es si la gente se está convirtiendo, o sea, dejando sus religiones atrás y convirtiéndose, aceptando Ifá?
No se están convirtiendo, porque si hablamos históricamente, siempre ha sido Ifá el que ha determinado los procesos en la diáspora y en la tradicional, porque cuando un babalawo pregunta algo, siempre es Ifá el que habla. Él va a preguntar con el Opele o va a preguntar con el Ikin.
No, pero la pregunta que él hace es...
Porque no es un cambio. Él está diciendo que nos cambiamos, no nos cambiamos. Solamente profundizamos y buscamos el origen.
Okay,
entonces, siempre ha sido Ifá el que ha hablado, porque siempre es el oráculo. Nunca un babalawo ha hecho las cosas porque le provocó.
So, his explanation is that the people aren't really converting into Ifá, because Ifá is everything. Okay? So it says that Ifá always speaks the truth. Even if we were practicing something else, devoted to something, let's say Catholic related, Christianity, Islam, whatever your other practices was, it says Ifá was always around. Now more and more people are opening their eyes and understanding the truth. That's why they're searching for Ifá.
Sería ifismo, porque siempre fueron los árabes.
Yo lo que le digo que ahora siempre ha sido que Ifá ha hablado la verdad, y que ahora lo que está sucediendo es que la gente está abriéndose los ojos más y están viendo la verdad, que es Ifá, que la gente lo que están buscando, en realidad lo que la gente está buscando es su destino, por eso que buscan Ifá. Here's another thing. More and more people are trying to understand, trying to know their destiny. There's so many, just like Baba Amunijin was saying earlier. They're trying to find out their taboos to be able to live long, to have a prosperous life. Then that is only through Ifá.
Dile que tú tienes 45 años iniciado en Changó y sigues creyendo porque es el mismo Changó.
So, okay, I'll give you an example of myself. I was born in Cuba, okay? Left Cuba to the United States. I initiated into Shango in the Santeria in 1980. I have 44 years of initiating into Shango when I was a child. But Shango in Cuba is still Shango in Yorùbá land, Nigeria. It's Shango. So the same thing is happening with many people that, especially in the diaspora, because in Cuba, because of the slave trade, the Orishas were able to travel. It was just limited. Now it has opened up a lot more, and we're able to truly find the truth behind a lot of the mixture that there was. And so more and more people are starting to search for Iseyin, the truth that is not watered down, that is not manipulated, and that's what we're trying. That's why we're here. Every time that we travel here is to try to find more and more of the truth of Ifá to bring back and to share with everyone else. That's what Ifá is about. We tried, okay, so we do, la pregunta es si nosotros estamos haciendo festivales de Ifá, los orishas, en la diáspora. Tú sabes que lo hacemos en nuestros festivales.
Que los festivales eran individuales.
Sí.
Aquí sí son colectivos.
Aquí son colectivos. Pero ahora estamos tratando de hacerlos colectivos.
Exacto.
Okay, with the festivals, before they were more individual because we were not a community. It's not like here. Here in Yorùbá land, it is collective. Many people come together to celebrate. Before, because we were a real small minority, Ifá Orisha devotees. So their celebrations were individual, their home, their household. Now as it's growing, it's expanding, we're doing more collective, we're doing bigger festivals. For example, his temple in October has their Ifá anniversary. They celebrate, they bring drums. We try to mimic, we try to get as close as possible as we can to how they do it here in Yorùbá. So his festival of his temple is in October, the festival of my temple is in November. We celebrate, we feed all the Orishas. We wash Ifá, we weigh Ifá, we wash Ifá, feed Ifá, we cast an Odu to guide us for the whole year. So we are trying to do it exactly. There are more spiritual homes that are more specific to celebrating Shango, more specific to celebrating Obatala. We do a Gungun festival. We have masquerades in the diaspora as well. And we celebrate our ancestors. We celebrate a Gungun with some drumming. We celebrate Isheshe Day in August. We wait for the Odu of Ifá in June, the new year. We celebrate when the new year comes out. We celebrate when we do the Ebo of the year ourselves as well. So more. Now, it's in the past years, it is changing. It's becoming bigger. More and more people are coming together. Like I just said earlier, I've been initiated to Shango for 44 years and initiated 15 years in Ifá. ¿Ya cuántos años tú tienes en Ifá?
13.
That's 13, 15 years in Ifá. And in the past 3, I would say 5 years, en los últimos como 5 o 3 años, es que ya se está expandiendo. In the past 3 years, it has really been expanding. More and more people are getting involved. More and more people are understanding Ifá Orisha, and more people they're accepting it and coming together to worship. Okay, la pregunta esta es hacia ti. Dice que cuando tú quisiste aprender Ifá, cuando tú quisiste iniciarte en Ifá, cuando tú quisiste aprender Ifá, ¿tú viniste a África a iniciarte o te iniciaste allá en la diáspora?
Dile que a mí me inició un Yorùbá que se llama Siqueruso la de Popola. Y tuve mi aprendizaje de las prácticas con él.
Okay.
Y en base a esas prácticas y las grandes diferencias que existían, investigamos con otros Yorùbás como Aguadirán Agbolá, Ifá Mayogua, Alamama Shunike, que fueron a Venezuela y creamos una práctica estándar y la sacamos en un libro.
So, he was initiated when he was interested in initiating into Ifá. He also came from a background of Santeria as well. He was already initiated into Shango as well. And when he decided to initiate into Ifá and learn Ifá, he did not come to Nigeria. He didn't come to Yorùbá land. But a Yoruba person went to Venezuela, where he lived. He was initiated by Sholagba de Popola. Okay? And at that time, after his initiation, his initial initiation, more and more Awo started traveling to Yorùbá land. I mean, to Venezuela. And Awo Dirang Agbola, Diaraba, Awo Dirang Agbola, Oshunike. And since more and more people were traveling to Venezuela, they started creating and writing things down and created like a standard where they were able to train from, all learn from. And that's how it started, and it grew. So I'm not sure, but I think Ifá religion is recognized like the number 6 worldwide, 6 or 7 now, because it's really grown in popularity. Let me speak for myself in the United States, because it's a little different than in South America. The United States accepts all religions, okay? It'll be recognized as long as it's a registered religion. As a matter of fact, there's temples all around the United States that are Ifá temples. There was one, I'm not sure, I think it was in South Carolina, one of the first ones. I forget the name now, but they started, I'd say 50 years ago, before the internet. There has been many people coming to Yorùbá land, many people coming to Nigeria, coming to Africa to learn way before the internet, way 30, 40, 50 years ago. Now, it has grown a lot more, and our government does recognize Ifá Orisha religion. As a matter of fact, there's the United States Supreme Court in 1992, there was a case about sacrifice of animals that went all the way to the highest courts in the United States. It was called the United States Supreme Court Hialeah against the Church of Lukumi Babaluaye. There was rituals, initiation going on. Police came, and there was animal sacrifices, and they were considering that slaughtering or animal cruelty. The case was taken to the courts, and it went all the way to the highest court of U.S., the United States Supreme Court, and they won. We have the right to sacrifice animal for religious purposes. So in the United States, it is recognized. Ahora, la pregunta que me hizo, yo le contesté la parte mía de los Estados Unidos. Él dice que aquí en África o en Nigeria hay 3 religiones que reconocen: la religión tradicional, la religión cristiana y la religión islam, musulmán. Ahora, me preguntó si en nuestros países la reconocen. Yo leí la respuesta de los Estados Unidos. Ahora, en Colombia, en Sudamérica, en Venezuela.
Dile que ancestralmente hemos sido colonizados, incluyendo África, Suramérica, Norteamérica, y que el colonialismo encapsuló a la población en las 3 religiones principales, que eran cristiano, musulmán y evangélico. Pero en ninguna de las poblaciones que nosotros estamos existe una casilla que diga tradicional indígena Yorùbá o tradicional indígena venezolana, tradicional indígena americana, porque eso ha formado parte del colonialismo y de la colonización y discriminación de las prácticas ancestrales.
So he said that everything has been colonialized, including Africa, has been colonialized. The diaspora, like when he says about South America, Venezuela, Colombia, it's been colonialized. And the recognized religions are the evangelicals, the Christianity, and the Islam. There is nothing recognized in their government that says traditional religions. There's no traditional religion for Venezuelan. There's no traditional religion for Colombian. Pero ya va creciendo.
Ni tradicional indígena, Yorùbá.
There's no traditional Yorùbá written down.
Eso forma parte de la colonización.
Pero ya el gobierno, vamos a decir el gobierno solamente de Colombia, el gobierno colombiano está reconociendo más.
Igual el venezolano.
So the government is recognizing more and more. The government in Venezuela, the government in Colombia is recognizing Ifá Orisha religion to the point where we're able to have celebrations. We're able to, you cannot be where they're not discriminating. It's to the point where it's not discriminated. So it is being recognized. It is growing exponentially. It's starting to grow really a lot more in the last couple of years. Me, personally? Yes. Okay. I celebrated my Ifá festival, my personal Ifá festival just last month. Personally, I do the rituals that I need to do. I gather all the students, my omo, together. We celebrate. We wash my Ifá, we feed all my Orishas, we sing, we chant, we eat. It's a moment to come together. To come together as a family. You know, that's how I personally do my personal festival. You know. ¿Cómo personalmente tú celebras tu festival de Ifá? Tú personalmente.
Yo personalmente celebro mi festival de Ifá haciendo el omiero, lavando mi Ifá, sacando mis signos, haciendo mis voces de que me marque Ifá y compartiendo comida y bebidas con los amigos.
Basically, what he does is he makes his omiero, washes his Ifá, casts Ifá, does the ebos that come out from the Odu, and shares with his family and his personal spiritual community. That's what he does. The same. It's basically the same when it comes down to our individual Ifá festivals. Now it differs when we do the festivals for our temple because it's bigger. I noticed that here they might do it all in one time. We do it separately, like our individual Ifá and then the temple's anniversary.
Okay, thank you. The last question. Have people been testifying to the work of Ifá? I mean, those that are just coming, not you that have been dead since.
Yes.
So those that are coming,
yes.
Do they have testimony that Ifá is a great?
Yes. That is a great question. Okay, está buena la pregunta. Dice si hay gente que tienen testimonios de que Ifá la ha servido, que Ifá la ha hecho.
Dile que...
No nosotros, porque dice que nosotros hemos estado...
Dile que yo le puedo dar el testimonio, mi esposa. Mi esposa dijeron que ella nunca iba a parir, nunca iba a poder tener hijos.
He can give you he can give you an example. His wife. The doctor said she would never give birth. They have 2 baby boys.
Y ella venía de la santería, pero no quería ya nada con Ifá. Y a través de charlas, encuentros que yo hablaba de Ifá, ella fue escuchando y decidió iniciarse.
So she came from the Santeria. She was initiated in Santeria, but she did not want anything to do anymore with the religious beliefs. But as she was hearing the services that he gives, hearing the topics, hearing and watching him study Ifá, she started being more, having more faith in Ifá. And she initiated as an Iyan Ifá. And now, like I said, the testimony of her, the doctor saying, a Western physician saying she could never give birth to a child, and now they have 2 sons. So that is a great testimony.
Entonces, mi esposa se inicia, viene Obedí, que Obedí dice que a la persona le va a costar mucho poder parir. Y empezamos a hacerle los esboces de ese signo basado en su odu de iniciación. Y a través de esos signos, bueno, descubrimos de que había que regular muchas cosas en su cuerpo y hacer muchas medicinas. Y a través de eso, bueno, ya tengo 2 hijos, uno que tiene 7 años y el otro 8 años.
So, when she initiated to Ifá, her odu came out as Ogbedi. and they started doing the abos from the Ogbedi. They start realized that there was issues hormonal or with her body that they had to take care of. But now they have a child who's 8 years old and a child who's 7 years old. So that's a testimony there that there's many people. I have many stories also.
Le puedo contar mucho, pero escojo ese que es el de mi esposa.
There's many stories that we can talk about how people, they truly start to believe. We have to understand this. In the diaspora, many people search for Ifa because they want an immediate resolution to a problem. Okay, that's what they're looking for. Many people come to our door because they come with a problem and they want an immediate resolution.
Dile que nosotros como abogados tomamos decisiones a personas que van a invertir muchísimo dinero en una empresa, personas que van a hacer viajes, personas que van a hacer negocios y cosas importantes, y Ifa siempre lo sale todo.
So when people come, he said, like he was just saying about as Babalaos in the diaspora, people come to us when they need to, they're going to make have a question of making a big decision in business, taking a trip, traveling. They come to see if everything is going to work out well. Now, more and more people were coming to just to solve a situation, they would leave. They would not have any devotion into Ifa. They would see Ifa as just a means to an end. Now, what more and more people are attracted to the philosophy, the teachings of Ifa. That Ifa is a way of life. It is not just something I do on the weekends. It is not just a religious. It's more of a way of life, and that's the true testimony. That more and more people are seeing the truth of Ifa. ¿Qué consejo le podemos dar a alguien que todavía tiene dudas si se debe meterle en Ifa o no? ¿Qué consejo le podemos dar a la nueva generación?
La única función principal de iniciarse en Ifa es conocer el destino, saber cuáles son nuestros tabúes y cuáles son nuestras cualidades únicas y cómo poder explotarlas al máximo y poder triunfar más que otras personas. Por lo general siempre van a ver que los babalaos van a estar por encima de las otras personas.
He says that I guess the biggest advice that he could give is that Ifa is about knowing our destiny, to maximizing our full potential. That Ifa is the only one, like he says, he is second only to Olodumare, witness of our creation. So people should not doubt, people should come in with faith, with trusting that the belief that the advice that we can give is that don't doubt Ifa, believe in Ifa. That is the major thing. Believe in that Ifa will never solve all your problems, but Ifa will help you confront your problems. It'll assist you to confront and overcome your problems. It'll bring to light your destiny, so you will know your taboos, you will know what you should do and what you shouldn't do, how to maximize your full potential in life. So our advice to whoever wants, the new generation, whoever is teeter-tottering on initiating into Ifa or coming to Yorùbá land, is not to doubt. Don't have any fear that Ifa will solve. Ifa will reveal their destiny.
Dile que muchas religiones señalan el problema, pero Ifa te señala el problema y da la solución.
He says that many religions signal the problem in our lives. He says Ifa signals the problem, but also gives us the solution to the problem. That's what everyone should always keep in mind. Ifa will tell you what the problem is and how to fix it. His name, di tu nombre.
Mi nombre es Isaac Blanco Ifánigba. Soy el oluo del Concilio Tura Orire en Venezuela. Soy también Oloye Gungun.
My name is Miguel Palenzuela, Tifálase, and I'm the oluo of the Ifa Temple of California, amongst other initiations that I have. I have, besides being initiated to Ifa, I'm initiated to many orishas, Egungun, Egbe, Olokun, Shango, Batala, many different.
Thank you very much.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Ashe. Ashe.